Hey everyone, I just got back from Breathless Punta Cana yesterday evening, and so while it's fresh in my brain, I wanted to create this video of our experience, including the food, the room, the drinks, the pool and the beach, the entertainment, and what you should bring. So when we first arrived at the Breathless Resort, we were greeted by friendly staff. We were given drinks while we were waiting to check in. And the check-in process was rather quick. We got our room keys and we headed straight to our room because we were tired. When we arrived to the room, we were pleasantly surprised. It was very, very clean, very nice. My favorite part was the mini fridge because they stock it every day. You got things like sodas, you have beer in there, you have water. All that's kept cool for you every day. I also like the hot tub on the balcony. We used that during a rainy day just to kind of enjoy ourselves since the weather was kind of bad outside. Now, we did have one issue with our room. The AC panel touchscreen did not work on like day 2. And so we called the front desk and they came out rather quickly to fix it, which was good. The only con to the room that I could find was the floor. So when they clean the floor, they use some kind of waxy cleaner. And so it's kind of slippery. So me and my partner would wear shoes while we were inside the room. But overall, we were very pleased with our room. We had like one of the cheapest rooms you could get, and we still had the hot tub. We still had the maid come in every day and make the bed and replace the towels and restock the fridge. It was always clean, and we had the most amazing view, which was great for having one of the cheaper rooms. Now I'm going to talk about the food. Overall, I thought the food was pretty good. One of my favorite places, and one of the places you're probably going to go to the most, is Spoon. So Spoon is like their buffet, and they have a buffet for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it is amazing. They have everything you could think of in that buffet. The food is great. You just go in, they seat you, and then you go get a plate and you just fill it up with whatever you want. We would eat there usually for breakfast every morning. And my favorite part was the omelet bar. So there's a guy that's cooking an omelet customized just for you. And it was so good. Also for breakfast, they have unlimited mimosas. And so a guy will make you a mimosa right there on the spot, which was pretty cool. And for every meal of the day, they also had a really nice dessert bar filled with lots of goodies. Now for lunch, they had like a bar area near the pool and the beach, but instead of drinks, it held food. So it had things like hamburgers, it had nachos, it had pizza, things like that you could easily get to from the pool or the beach and take back to your chair. Now they have a lot of restaurants at Breathless. And what's really cool about Breathless Resort is that they also have a sister resort right next door called Dreams Onyx. Or Onyx Dreams, one of those, and you get to take advantage of everything that they have. That includes their restaurants, their entertainment, their pools. You get all of that. So basically, staying at Breathless, you're actually staying at 2 resorts. So on our second evening, we wanted to go to like a nicer restaurant than just a buffet. So we went to Tamarindo, which is their Mexican restaurant at Dreams. It had a nice ambiance, but I'll be honest, the food wasn't that great. I had the chicken fajitas and they were a little dry, and they only gave you a little bit of guacamole and salsa, but a whole lot of chicken and tortillas, so it didn't really make sense to me. But they did start us with some nachos that tasted really good. Now on our third night, we ate at my favorite restaurant, which was the Hibachi Grill called Silk City. And that is the only restaurant where you have to have a reservation. But I was able to make that reservation the day before, and I probably could have made it the morning of. So there's not like a super long wait list to get in. Now, once we arrived, we got seated with a group of people because we are seated around the Hibachi Grill. And we got served miso soup right away, and we got served some sushi, which was nice. But if you do eat there, I do want you to know a little bit about the process. They do not ask you what you want to eat. Normally when you go to Hibachi, you say, I want the chicken, or I want the steak and shrimp, or whatever. No, they don't ask you any of that. You get all the meats. Now you can refuse any, and they'll ask you allergies and things like that. But if you just want chicken, you're going to get the same portion of chicken as everyone else. And so you're not going to get a lot of food because everyone else is going to get steak, shrimp, chicken, vegetables, all that. And if you just want chicken, you're not going to have a big plate at all. For example, my partner is vegetarian, and we were thinking he might get more vegetables, but that was not the case. So he enjoyed his fried rice and his vegetables and a soup, but unfortunately he didn't get to eat a lot. But if you're a meat eater like me, I think you're gonna really enjoy the hibachi grill. I was stuffed after eating all that steak, shrimp, chicken, vegetables, fried rice, sushi, and miso soup. Now, on our fourth night, we ate at the Italian restaurant Spumante, and I thought it was just okay. I ordered the chicken Alfredo, and the Alfredo sauce isn't as rich as it is here in the United States. And I like my Alfredo sauce really creamy, and it seemed a little diluted to me. The pasta was okay. But overall, I was really happy with the food, especially the buffets at Spoon and the hibachi grill. So you definitely got to try those out. Oh, also, if you want some snacks, you got to go to Dreams because they had a really good like ice cream sundae bar. And then right next to it, they had a cheeseburger place. It was just really good. Now let's talk about the drinks. So overall, I was pretty pleased with the drinks. I mean, you can get all the sweet, fruity drinks that you want. Margaritas, daiquiris, pina coladas. They have all that stuff. If you're a beer drinker, they have a lot of beers for you. I'm not really a beer drinker much. They also have wines. And I did see some people get shots of liquor as well. I didn't see a lot of top shelf liquors being given. I think you have to make a special request for those. They usually just use their well liquor, which I was fine with. But maybe if you tip them real good, they'll give you some top shelf liquor. I always tipped after a drink. I left $1 or $2. So definitely bring some ones with you. I brought about 100 ones for a 4-night stay. So definitely bring some ones because you're going to be doing a lot of tipping, especially if you want to be served drinks while you're sitting in your lounge chairs at the pool or at the beach. If you want your server to keep coming back, you want to tip them. Also, bring your own tumbler. So during the day, it gets really hot outside. If you have a tumbler, it's going to keep your drink cooler longer and you get more drink. Also, the tumbler helps because you don't get any straws hardly at Breathless. I don't know what it is, they just don't give straws. So if you have your own tumbler with a straw, then you're going to be good. Oh, and one thing that they sell in the shops is Mama Juana, and that is like Dominican Republic's special rum, and it's pretty sweet, but it's also spicy, and I really liked it. I bought some to take home with me, so you definitely got to check out the Mama Juana. Now I want to talk about the pool areas. There are a ton of pools at Breathless Resort, and you also get access to the pools at Dreams Onyx as well. Now, one of the first pools you'll see after leaving the main lobby at Breathless is pretty much what I call the wild pool, where all the young people are, the loud music, the wild dancing, that kind of thing. And that's great if that's your thing. I'm more of a more chill and mellow guy, and so I hung out at the second pool, it's the biggest pool they have, and it's just more of a chiller vibe. It has things like disco music, 80s and 90s music, and maybe just a mixed crowd there. Not everyone was young like at the first pool. But it's still a lot of fun. They'll have some dancing every now and then. They have a volleyball net if you like to play pool volleyball. I really enjoyed that. But they also have a lot of quiet pools all around the resort. There were some behind our room that I hardly never saw anyone in. Now, our most favorite pool of all, and it's not really a pool, but it was the Lazy River. It's a lazy river ride, but it's at Dreams Onyx, and you have to go. It is amazing. Basically, you just grab an inner tube, grab a drink, sit in the inner tube, and the current will push you around so you don't have to do any work. And you get a view of the entire Dreams Resort while you're going in this big circle around the resort. It's so much fun, but I will warn you, there are some areas that have waterfalls, and so your hair might get wet. So if you don't like your hair to get wet, this may not be for you, but I'd still recommend it. In fact, I enjoyed getting my hair wet because it got hot out there. You want to kind of get a little wet while you're on that inner tube. But it's just so relaxing to lay in that inner tube with your drink, watching the scenery as the water pushes you around the park. I really, really enjoyed that. Also, next to the lazy river are these water slides that you can go on. You have to climb these stairs, and then you can just go down these water slides. They are so much fun. Oh my gosh, we did that probably about 10 times. Now, because you're on this lazy river ride that takes you all around the park, you're not going to be near your personal items. So I would personally bring your iPhone with you and your cash while you're in the lazy river ride. And you can do that with these waterproof bags. They're made for your Android or iPhone. They will not get your iPhone wet when submerged. Let me show you how it works. So basically the pouch opens like this. You place your iPhone in there and then you just shut it. Let me show you how it works. You shut it and then you squeeze these tabs and it locks it in place and it's now waterproof and you can still use it. Like I can take pictures, I can text while it's in this bag. So I highly recommend this, and you can keep your cash in here with your phone as well. Doing this just gave us some peace of mind while we are away from our items. I wouldn't be worried if anything else got stolen out of my bag, which it did not. Nothing ever got stolen, but it's just the peace of mind having the phone with you and your cash with you when you're far away from your items. And you can still take pictures and text when you need to. Now let's talk about the beach. The beach was my favorite relaxing part of the trip, okay? Every morning I would get up around 5:30 or 6, and that's just because of me. I just normally get up at that time. First thing I would do is grab my favorite chair at the beach. And how you do that is you just grab a bath towel from your bathroom. It's a white towel. And I just took it to the beach, found that lounge chair, and just placed it over the lounge chair. I always try to get one with an umbrella because that sun is going to come down pretty strong in the mornings. So you want to get one with an umbrella if you can. But to me, the better part of being at the beach is that you get a breeze. When you're at the pool, you don't get much of a breeze, and it's a lot hotter. But when you're at the beach, you get a breeze, which I really like. And you get a better view. I mean, I just appreciate a view of the ocean a little bit more than a view of the pool. You know what I mean? On the beach, they also have a bar. You have servers that come and bring you drinks, which is really nice. Now, they also have vendors. And this is kind of a warning, just as FYI. They do have local vendors that they allow to solicit. I mean, they're allowed to come and ask you if you want to buy cigars, if you want to buy some liquor, if you want to buy some souvenirs. And I can see why Breathless allowed that, because some guests really like that. I mean, some guests want to get some stuff for cheap. You might want to get some souvenirs. You might want to get a massage. Actually, I got a massage from a local vendor. She was great. It felt amazing. It was a 30-minute massage, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't have cash, but surprisingly, they took Cash App. So, you didn't have to have cash with you to take advantage of these items. But the vendors do get on your nerves a little bit, especially when I had to tell, 5 or 6 of them, I don't smoke, I don't want no cigars, but thank you. But I could tell when I was sleeping or had my eyes closed, they would leave me alone, or if I looked busy on the phone. So they didn't always bother me, but I just want to give you all a little warning. You'll be asked probably a few times by vendors if you want to buy something. But that's only at the beach. They can't come into any other areas of Breathless. So they can only do that on the beach. Now, as far as the ocean water goes, it got green by around 10 a.m. Before that, it was a little murky looking, but they do take all the seaweed off the shore. There's a machine that comes and tills the soil, so it looks really fresh in the mornings, which is nice. Also, I did not see any dangerous sea creatures while I was in the water. I didn't see any jellyfish. I didn't see any sharks, so don't be worried about that. They may come at certain times of the year, but I have not heard anything, so you can rest assured you're probably going to be safe there in the beach water. I did see some really pretty fish though, so if you like to snorkel, bring some snorkeling gear because they had some nice rocks with pretty fish as well that you could see in the water. Now let's talk about the entertainment. There was always something going on at Breathless. When I was at the beach in the mornings, they had Zumba classes, they had yoga classes, they had beach volleyball. So there's always something going on. Also in the pool areas, there's like dances, there's games, there was pool volleyball, and I really enjoyed that. Again, you have another resort to go to, and that's Dreams, and they had a lot of fun events. On our first night, they had a Madonna show where they had a Dominican lady dressed as Madonna. She had background dancers. She had a band. They were playing all of Madonna's biggest hits. It was really good. But my favorite show at Dreams was the fire show. They had about 4 people, and they were acrobats, and they were doing crazy things with fire. They had batons and wands, and they were throwing them everywhere. It was so intense, but it was so entertaining. When we came back from Dreams, we would see all these lights at the Breathless pools. There was always something going on at the pools at night. They had I don't know, a white party one night, and then they had like a dance party one night. Always something going on. And in the main bar at Breathless, between like 6 p.m. and 8 p.m., they would have different musicians come and play, and the music was always good. And then after that, people would gravitate to the theater, outside theater area of Breathless, and they always had a good show going on there as well. There's also a casino at Breathless. I only brought ones with me in cash, and I had put $3 in one of the slot machines and got $22. So I cashed out immediately, but I do wish I had brought bigger bills to the resort. That way I could play more of the slot machines. They did have an ATM, but I didn't want to pay like ATM fees. And I also could have used bigger bills for the vendors. There were a few things I wanted to buy, but they didn't all take Cash App, and so I just passed. But the resort does have a lot of shops at Breathless and at Dreams that take credit card, so you can buy all kinds of souvenirs, t-shirts, household items, like, you know, over-the-counter meds if you got a headache or if you had a tummy ache. They have all kinds of stuff like that. Now, there's also a spa and nice romantic dinners that you can purchase, and they will try to give you coupons when you arrive at Breathless for like $40 off a massage or $40 off a romantic dinner. I didn't want to pay like extra for that, so I just didn't take advantage of it. And now I just want to touch on some things to bring. Definitely bring some sunscreen that's at least like 50, 60, 70 SPF. We wore 70 SPF the entire time and we still got sun, but we did not get burned. So I highly recommend a high intense SPF. Also, bring those tumblers and your iPhone cases. I'm gonna leave a link in the description of where you can get yours on Amazon. Also bring a lot of ones for tipping and some higher bills if you wanna buy some items from local vendors or if you wanna gamble at the casino. One more thing, you're probably gonna bring flip-flops, which is great for short distances, but we walk probably 10,000 steps every day because we're going from Breathless to Dreams, which is like only a 5 to 7 minute walk, but it does add up. And when you wear flip-flops, that can be a little rough on your feet over time. So I highly recommend you bring some easy to slip on shoes, you know, some closed shoes that have more cushion, more support, because you will be doing a lot of walking. I got a blister on my feet on day 2, so I was so happy that I had also brought some slip-on shoes that I could easily wear throughout the park. So overall summary of my experience is I would recommend Breathless Resort to my friends and family. Reason being, you get 2 resorts in one. You get the Breathless and you get Dreams. The food is pretty good and the drink service is quick. The rooms are clean and your fridge gets restocked with all your drinks every day. And you get a beautiful view of the pool or the beach, depending on where you're staying. The staff were always friendly and accommodating, and the scenery, the foliage was just so beautiful everywhere you went. I mean, the ambiance was just so relaxing and just beautiful to take in. I wish I had more time to stay there because I didn't get to check out half of the restaurants they offered. So we may be going back just so we can check out all the restaurants. I hope this review was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments. I will answer them. Also, if this video helped you in any way, please give it a like.